My name is Victor, and I create the illusion of Victoria Porkchop Parker, and I'm here at RuPaul's Drag Race. In 3 words, I'm diva, charismatic, and talented. Well, my given name is Victor, so it was kind of natural for Victoria to be my drag name. And I got Parker from a former Miss North Carolina who won the pageant the year that I started female impersonation. Her last name was Parker, so Victoria Parker was born. I got pork chop from being a really good cook. I have a lot of friends who come over and they all want to get good fried pork chops. So people started calling me pork chop because I make such good pork chops. I want to be the Paula Deen of drag, I guess. Well, I've always been an entertainer from the time I was born. I've been involved in show choir, theater, acting, and I'm one of the older contestants here. And back in the early middle 80s, there wasn't a lot of roles for people who were very effeminate, so it kind of came natural for me to want to be a female impersonator. The first time I ever went to a gay bar, there was a show, and I thought, well, I can do that. I would have to say one of my most memorable performances was in a competition I did last year, and I had the opportunity to have Erica Dunlap, a former Miss Real America, in the number with me, and she wore her Miss America crown, and we wore matching costumes, and it was one of the best moments I ever had on stage. The audience loved it. The best thing about having fans are people love you and adore you and they cheer for you, they send you cards and gifts. And probably the worst thing about having fans is that they don't realize that when you're off stage, how difficult it is to maintain that level. You want to have a little bit of secrecy and a little bit of privacy when you go home, and it's kind of hard to keep the two in line. And it's kind of hard to go home and turn your phone off and kind of hide from everyone, because that's what you do after a long weekend of being cheered and screamed at and people wanting to meet you and have photos. You just want to go get in bed and turn off everything and relax. So that's the bad part and the good part, but I wouldn't change anything. I would say that everyone in my life is aware of my diva alter ego. I've been doing this a very long time, and I don't think anyone who's ever known me didn't know I was gay or that I was a female impersonator. It's kind of just a natural thing with me. People like it. Well, to me, drag, if you look in Webster's dictionary, drag is dressed as girl. And female impersonation is a gentleman who changes theirself into a female for entertainment purposes. A drag queen is someone who just likes to get dressed in drag and go out to the bar and have a good time, and they don't care about really going on stage. Female impersonation to me is a career, and it's something I do as a living, and when the show's over, I take my makeup off and I go home as a man, so that's why I consider myself a female impersonator. One of my favorite things about performing is when I go on stage, I can create a totally different illusion than who I am. I can create a persona that entertains people. People enjoy. I try to make people forget their problems. In my show, I want everyone to leave all the bad stuff at home and enjoy me and the rest of the show for the hour or two that we're there, because that's what it's all about, is entertaining. And so that's probably what I try to do the most on stage, is entertain. Elizabeth Taylor. If I had the opportunity to be born a diva all over again, I would love to be Elizabeth Taylor. She's been beautiful as a child, beautiful as an adult, and she's a beautiful lady still. So Elizabeth Taylor is a fabulous diva. If I had the opportunity to walk the runway, because my song is nominated for a Grammy, I would be wearing Bob Mackie. And my date would be Usher.